Ponzi schemes are basically just investment schemes designed to cheat people. They promise a high rate of return in short amount of time. What is crucial for a Ponzi scheme? In order for it to survive, Ponzi schemes are named after Charles Ponzi, a fraudster who deceived thousands of people in 1919. He was known for his ability to convince people to invest their money. At that time, postal services had come up with international reply coupons. They basically enabled the sender to pre-purchase postage and include it in their correspondence. The receiver could then exchange the coupon for a priority airmail postage stamp at their home post office. Because of fluctuation in postage prices, it wasn't rare to find different stamp prices in different countries. Ponzi hired agents in foreign countries to buy cheap international reply coupons and send them to him. He would then exchange the coupons for much more expensive stamps, which would then be sold to make profit. This type of trade is called arbitrage. It's not illegal. But then Ponzi came up with the world's first Ponzi scheme. He invited people to invest in his company. He promised 50% return in 45 days and 100% within 19 days. He knew about his success in postage stamp scheme, and that is what he encashed on. Because Ponzi never really invested any of the money, he put the money in his pockets. He would just pay the previous investor with a part of the new investor's money. The old investors would then brag about how great of an investment it was, causing newer investors to come in. Ponzi continued with his scheme until 1920, when he got to the point where he could no longer attract enough new investors to pay off the large number of previous investors. That is when the scam fell apart. So basically, this is what a Ponzi scheme is. The scammer attracts investors by promising them extraordinary returns. If a fraudster has promised 25% return and he gets someone to give him 10 lakh rupees, he will never invest the money. He will just keep it for himself. Then he will find another investor to give him 10 lakhs, out of which he will keep 7,50,000 and use the rest of 2,50,000 to pay the first investor. It can continue for as long as the scammer can bring in enough money to keep paying returns to all the previous investors. For example, let's say the scammer has 100 previous investors and all of them have invested 10 lakh each. He would need at least 25 new investors just to pay back the returns, at which point he will have 125 investors. It's a bubble waiting to burst. The scheme collapses and the fraud is discovered. Ponzi scheme fraudsters also sometimes add to their income by charging fees for their management of funds, which never happens. Perhaps the most famous Ponzi scheme was the one run by Bernie Madoff. He managed to sustain it for almost 2 decades, stealing billions of dollars from investors. So always look out for the red flag of Ponzi scheme. If an investment offers you high return with minimal risk, it's most probably a Ponzi. In the real world, every investment carries with it a degree of risk, and mostly high returns carry higher risk. You should also keep yourself skeptical if someone is offering you consistent returns. Investments suffer fluctuation all the time. Make sure the company is legal, registered, and has all the necessary license to carry its business. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any feedback, please let us know in the comment section below.